If you ever see a crab waving two furry claws, don't wave back. It isn't saying hello. It's feeding its dinner. Those claws are covered in thick hair, and that hair is packed with bacteria. The crab waves them through the water, feeds them, grooms them, then scrapes them off and eats them. But the strangest part isn't the farming. It's where the farm is. 2 kilometers down, in total darkness, this pale, almost blind crab clings to a crack in the seafloor, where water erupts at nearly 400 degrees Celsius. Too close and it cooks. Too far and it starves. The bacteria it depends on can survive only in the razor-thin zone where the vent's chemicals meet the freezing seawater. So the crab barely moves. It spends its life holding one exact position, boiling on one side, freezing on the other. It is called the yeti crab. And for this animal, staying alive means never leaving the one place that is always trying to kill it. Rewind to March 2005. The lights of the submersible Alvin sweep across a hydrothermal field on the Pacific Antarctic Ridge, about 1,500 kilometers south of Easter Island. And there, in the beam, is something nobody has ever seen. A ghost white animal with huge, furry-looking claws. It doesn't really look like a crab. It looks like something that climbed up out of a crack in the planet. The team scooped up a single specimen and brought it back. And when they analyzed it, the whole lab went quiet. Because this wasn't just a new species. It was an entirely new family, the Kiwaidae. To put that in perspective, the last time anyone described a new family of deep-sea crab was the mid-1800s. One dive rewrote the textbook. The first one got the name Kiwa hirsuta, hirsuta being Latin for hairy, which is fair enough. And despite the name, it isn't really a crab at all. It's a squat lobster, closer to hermit crabs, about 15 centimeters long. Its most famous feature is that dense coat on its claws. But here's the thing, it's not fur. Those are setae, stiff hair-like bristles. And its eyes? Shrunk down, no pigment, basically blind. Which makes sense. 2,000 meters down, there's no light at all. Down here, eyes are a useless organ. Growing them would just be a waste. Calling this place extreme is putting it politely. Picture it. The crust splits open. Magma heats the seawater seeping down below. And that water, now loaded with sulfides, heavy metals, and other chemicals, erupts back out of the seafloor. Hot enough to hit nearly 400 degrees. While the surrounding ocean sits just above freezing. And the yeti crab's whole trick is that it doesn't sit in the blast. It parks itself right on the edge, close enough for the heat and the chemistry, but not close enough to die for it. And it holds that position, all day, every day. It doesn't just survive there either. It packs in. On the East Scotia Ridge, down near Antarctica, there's a species called Kiwaidae, and scientists have counted the crowds around its vents. More than 700 individuals per square meter. One of the highest animal densities ever recorded at a hydrothermal vent. A living white carpet of crabs packed around the vents. Oh, and this one has a nickname too, the Hoff crab. Because that thick mat of bristles on its chest reminded scientists of David Hasselhoff. Marine biologists, it turns out, have a sense of humor. And this is what those bristly claws are really for. They're not decoration. their farmland. Every single one of those setae can be packed with chemosynthetic bacteria. These microbes don't need sunlight. Instead, they turn the chemicals pouring out of the seafloor straight into food. And the best farmer in the family is a species called Kiwa puravita. This one doesn't live at a scalding vent. It lives beside a cold methane seep off Costa Rica, about a kilometer down. And there, scientists caught it doing something bizarre. It holds up its bristly claws and waves them, rhythmically, back and forth. At first, nobody could explain it. They figured it was fighting, shooing other crabs away. But watch what it's actually doing. By waving its claws through the water, it bathes the bacteria in fresh sulfide and oxygen, so they grow faster and fatter. In other words, it was watering its crops. Then the team ran isotope and fat analysis to check, and confirmed it. Those bacteria are its main food. It's even evolved comb-like mouthparts, just for harvesting the microbes off its own arms. In a place with no sun, no plants, and no ordinary food chain, this animal turned itself into a self-sufficient farmer. Now, here's the twist about that 2005 discovery. The scientists weren't even out looking for a new animal. The expedition, led by Bob Fryenhoek of the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute, was chasing a much bigger question. How do vent animals travel between vents that are thousands of kilometers apart? And to this day, we don't fully have the answer. Because vents don't last. Some flicker out after just a few decades. They're scattered far apart with nothing but cold, black, barren ocean in between. So how do the larvae find the next one? How do they survive a journey that long and that deadly? Nobody knows. They were chasing that mystery when they stumbled onto the yeti crab. And one more thing worth mentioning. Deep-sea expeditions still keep a tradition that goes back to the 1700s. An artist on board. Cameras matter, sure, but a brush can capture detail and atmosphere that a lens can't. The artist Lily Simonson has painted a whole series on the yeti crab, helping the rest of us actually see what makes this thing so strange. The yeti crab proves one thing. Life is tougher and weirder than we give it credit for. In total darkness, crushing pressure, toxic chemistry, and wild swings in temperature, it didn't just hang on. It evolved a whole way of living that's almost too clever to be real. It ditched its eyes and leaned on chemistry instead. It skipped the food chain entirely and went into farming. And in one of the loneliest corners of the planet, it built cities. So far, we've found 4 species of yeti crab, maybe more. And the deep sea? We've barely seen the edge of it.